welcome to this short video. So I have a Stihl FS91R weed whacker that's giving me problems when I get it running. It'll start with the choke on, and then what will happen is it will die down and stall, and I won't be able to even get. I have to play with the throttle constantly, and it's basically it has a dirty carburetor, I'm assuming. So let's take it apart, go through it, clean it up. We'll go just as far as we need to. I do have a spare carburetor, I do believe, but I'm going to try not to put the spare carburetor on it. So let me show you how it goes. And then it stalls as soon as you take it off the high idle for starting with the choke on. Okay. So let's go through it. We'll put new gas in it. We'll see if we can get it running. So let's do the first step. Let's drain this gas. That's a lot of dirt. You can see all the dirt. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there is a lot of dirt that came out of there. Filter looks good. Okay. The hose on it is really short, so you can't really pull it all the way out unless you disconnect it from the carburetor. I'm gonna get this screen out of here, see if that's clogged with carbon or not, if I can get that screw out. But that screen looks nice and clean, so we're gonna put it back in. If that screen ever gets filled up with residue, what you do is you take a torch and just heat it up hot with a torch, and then very carefully with a small metal brush, or even like I would use a small wire brush, just brush it off and all the carbon falls off. That's inside the muffler right there. Let's get a metric socket set. $8mm in here. There's 2 bolts, 2 nuts, I should say. They should be on posts that the carburetor slides on. Got that little air hose right there. I gotta be careful not to ruin any of these gaskets. Take the throttle cable off there. There it is. Okay, the throttle linkage right here is just it's a very tight fit to get it just right, but it comes off. Here's the carburetor. Gasket looks good. So let's put this out of the way. This is your main fuel line, I do believe. Nope, that's our little block breather for the vacuum. That probably controls the fuel pump. So that goes right into there. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines that go on it. White one goes to the shorter hose. Obviously the black one goes to the longer hose, but I'm telling you that because that way, in case you get these mixed up. One is going to be a return. Let's see if we can figure that out. Okay, the short one, this one here, which goes to the white one, is a fuel intake, which would make sense because that's the fuel pump. So that would make sense. So that's the one the filter is on. Okay, let's clean this. Get rid of some of that fuel that's in there. If you ever wondered what that primer button does, it sucks the fuel up from the intake, goes through the carburetor, basically fills the carburetor up in the bubble, and then it comes back out the black, which is a return that goes back into the tank. So I just did that a couple times and it sucks it from this one and pushes it out this one. I hope I can get this thing running. I am by no means a professional small engine repair guy. This is, well, it's broken. Can't break something that's already broken. That's my philosophy. So, let's take this off, clean underneath there. Like I said, I have a whole new carburetor. So that way you guys can see a little bit better. So I'm just taking it apart to see if there's anything clogged or dirt, or am I gonna need to just throw a whole new carburetor on? Like I said, can't break something that's already broken. Gotta be careful of all the gaskets. And you gotta pay attention to which way things go. So I think I'm just gonna put it back together. Actually, let me see if the new carburetor looks, if I got the right one or not. This is a cheap Chinese one. This is not a one from the factory. But it's supposed to be the same. So the throttle is not the same. This linkage. So I don't know if that's something I can fix, adjust. I can't. Nope. So it's the wrong carburetor anyways. So let's hope this works. If not, I'll just order another one. All right, let's see if we can get this back on there. Then you can't get your fingers in there. Get something smaller like that. Hold it back. Put this, the tip where you want it. Drop it on there. All right, let's go find some fuel. So I have my cats out in their garage. So they might not like it when I start this, or if it starts. Now it's gonna run. So let's see if it's an adjustment or not. So here's an update on the Stihl FS91R weed whacker. This carburetor is the factory original one, and I cannot get a rebuild kit for this one. So I tried cleaning it out, as you saw, and it is not working. So I went to get a rebuild kit, which would be a new fuel pump, new gaskets throughout, and my local supplier could not get one. Well, I had ordered an aftermarket one online that it says FS91 right on it. Turns out it's not. The FS91 throttle cable is this linkage. And this linkage for the throttle cable is a cable grabber basically. So let me try to, so there you go. So I would actually have to try to take this arm off here with this slot right there and put it in there. So this carburetor that I bought, it's a knockoff brand. I don't even know, there's probably not even a brand on it besides China. Does not fit. So I think that's more like an FS110, more than likely. So that one does not work. So then I contacted my dealer when I was looking for the rebuild kit, and they could not get me a rebuild kit quick enough, but I was able to get a whole new carburetor for the Stihl. So this is a carburetor that they just got for me. Took about 2 days. So this one is a factory original Stihl carburetor. Even says right on the bottom. This one looks the exact same. As you can see, just a little bit cleaner. You can see that elongated throttle rod place right there. That's where the throttle rod goes in. So instead of rebuilding this, I'm going to keep this one on the shelves, and I'm going to still order a rebuild kit for it so I have a spare. But we're going to put the brand new factory original one on, and they should all be pretty much pre-adjusted. So we're going to put this one on and get this weed whacker running. Should be easy. Knock on plastic. So I'm going to get this stuff off the table. Put that in my tote I have for the weed whacker. Here are my bolts, my screws and bolts, miscellaneous parts. It should be pretty easy, pretty quick to put it all together. So I'm going to try to do this with keeping everything in view for you guys. So I don't know if you saw in the other video or in the other portion there. That right there is what I was talking about. That little link, that little slot right there. Hold on, let me get this on again. So the one I had, the aftermarket Chinese version or whatever, wherever it was made, has this. So this is basically where you would just stick the cable, and it would just go through there, and it would just, this piece here would go through like that, and that would hold it, but not for this engine, obviously, this setup, this throttle cable setup. So I would have to replace this whole mechanical arm right here. That's not happening. So we'll stick this back in the box. I'll relabel the box later, but you can see it says right on here, Stihl FS91, and it's FS111, HT103, so that's wrong. So here it is, good to go. Let's see if we can get this thing back together. I do not have pliers. Let me go get a pair of needle nose pliers, make it a little easier. It's all back together. Let's see if it starts. So here's what I learned on this one. Sometimes spend a little bit extra money, get the factory part, the original part, if time is important. I like taking things apart as a learning lesson and trying to fix things. But if it is job essential, if you are mowing lawns, for this example, if you are mowing lawns for your income, buy the original factory part. Super easy, plug and play. Don't bother rebuilding it. Don't try to save $10 here and there. Spend the extra money. The brand new factory carburetor on this was $58, maybe $58 shipped to my house, versus the two aftermarket ones, the Chinese knockoffs that I bought, were $20, $17 or $20 each. So that's $40 that I wasted in time, if you look at it that way. As soon as I put this brand new one on, you saw it, it was literally on within minutes, and I was out weed whacking. Definitely worth the money, definitely worth time-wise, if you're worried about your time. So, great weed whackers, very powerful, definitely worth the rebuild time. Buy a brand new carburetor, just plop it on there. Don't go with an aftermarket, go with the original. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one.